Good afternoon to Matrix 2020. I'm welcoming you into the 2020 Valedictory, which we are doing in a special and different way, where we look like we are doctors in a theater, all wearing masks. And today, can I welcome the Executive Director for gracing our day, and so the Principal, and the teachers for joining us, and lastly, the grade 12 who have made us to come here.
Everything, even when the enemy wants to come and steal, he can't, because there are words of life surrounding you. Speak it. Then we all know, eventually you will live it. You will live your dream. You will live the future that God had planned for you. And we know that if God has planned it all, the future is bright. The future is amazing when you reach there. Amen.
Strong bonds grew in each class. The young boys and girls showed resilience and commitment. I tell you, when it comes to expressing any dissatisfaction, the group was clear and very respectful. I commend you for that. This did not stop as they progressed to FET. I strongly believe that their togetherness and love also brushed on the new learners that joined the school in grade 10 and 11. Since I joined the Get Ahead family, I have to admit, when it comes to addressing issues, the group has shown great maturity and very respectful in raising their concern, even addressing their concern. And I salute you for that, class of 22.
Of course, we have legends among you, and some of you will continue being legends. I've had fun experiences every Mondays with the Zondanis of this world. They are, of course, the Mbasa and the Luando Majwedes of this world. But my advice is, don't get a 3 out of 10 in your final examination. With those words, on behalf of all the teachers, the Get Ahead family, we wish you all the best. Know that we've got your back, we've got you covered. And I know you're going to ace the poetry section. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to the headmaster, our executive director, our teachers, and lastly, to the class of 2020. Honestly, I won't claim to know each and every one of you grade 12s personally, because I don't. But that doesn't make us complete strangers. Maybe we only sat next to each other for 3 minutes in physics class, or maybe we passed each other in the passage, maybe once in a while and we never really spoke. But one way or another, our paths have crossed. Truth is, we are a family, and this building is a home. I remember we were all looking forward to this year. 2020 had to be the year. It started out perfectly with everyone in high spirits. Then everything just started going south. The lockdown also proved to be a challenge for us in ways unimaginable. We were all going through a lot emotionally, mentally, and most of all, academically. And the one thing that I admired in all of us was that we managed to bounce back. At that point, people decided to make the best out of this year, regardless of what had happened. As we prepare to go our own separate ways, I would like to leave you guys with a few lessons that I have learned in my time being here at Get College. Firstly, is to accept everyone as they are, regardless of where they come from, because everyone deserves a chance. Take for example Ayaka. Ayaka is very talkative. She's outspoken and she's very bold. Then you have the likes of Alisiwe Sobabas. She is calm, she's quiet, and she's reserved. They're both very different people, and we all just love them for who they are, and we accepted them for who they are. The last lesson is to be patient. Be patient with yourself and be patient with your growth. Let's face it, we all know that after our final exams, most of us will not see each other ever again. Who knows? Maybe Uzukanya Bobo might go to, America, or maybe Ubuhe might go to Johannesburg. So the chances of us seeing each other ever again are very slim. All of us emphasize how ready we are to leave and go to bigger and better things. But the truth is, these are the years we are never getting back. Memories we might not experience ever again, and people we might not see ever again. The V-Bash, the prefect camp, the PE lessons, etc. These are things to look back and be happy about. Time really passed in the blink of an eye. All the knowledge instilled in us by our teachers would surely prove to be immensely valuable to us in our future endeavors. I am grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you, Mrs. Stain, for always being happy, for always loving us and encouraging us, no matter how much we annoy you sometimes. Thank you also, Mr. Zata, for having faith in us whenever we doubted ourselves in ways unimaginable. Thank you to all the teachers for guiding us and being our parents more than teachers. This is it, guys. I pray to God we all make it, and I'm positive we will. This is our time to truly bounce back and prove everyone wrong. Study effectively and continue pushing. We all have to make it. It has been a privilege to be a part of this family, and it has been a privilege to be your head girl. Like Madonna, we've made it through the wilderness, class of 2020. Good luck on everything, and I love you all.
Greetings to the Executive Director, our Headmaster, Deputy Headmaster, the staff, our guests, and the class of 2020. Where do I begin? I arrived at Get Ahead in 2016, telling myself that it's just 1 year, then I'll leave, because I never liked the school. But due to forces of amazement, I decided to explore more about Get Ahead. build relationships with teachers and other important people. We all have our views about the school, and it's okay to have a view about something. It's okay to like or dislike something. That shows we are human. It shows we are living. I, for one, love the school. For many reasons, but mainly because I have never paid school fees ever since grade 8, term 2. My best friend has always been Mr. Mahlambi since grade 8. He has taught me that success is not what you have done compared to what others have done, but what you as an individual has done compared to what you have been created to do. Mr. Zata has proved the fact that people will always have something to say about you. If you listen and follow their prophecies about you, then be prepared to face your downfall. CQ has taught me that nothing is easy. It was never easy. It will never be easy. But true warriors stand up tall. Mr. Madlala has taught me to accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. Mrs. Stein has proved that love is not to be said but shown, regardless of anyone if who they are. Hello? Mr. Philip unknowingly has changed the saying that says, great things come to those who wait, and have installed a mindset that says great things come to those who work towards greatness. Mr. Marufu. Mr. Marufu has taught me that if you want something to be done as in like now, just put on a straight face and a serious face, and I guarantee you people will do what you want to do. Mr. Lija and Mrs. Sopoza have taught me to embrace my true self and culture, as no one will do that for me. Sweet Miss Moyo. Miss Moyo has been nothing but sweet, and Miss Moyo has proved that relationships built based on honesty, trust, love, and respect will always be successful. And this part only applies to the learners. Miss Moyo has also taught us to always have a plan B. Yeah, as Yando Mosbanamam.
Big one goes to
Mr. Menga. Mr. Menga has taught me to never tell me how to live my life. Now this is from me to you, grade 12s. From being born to this moment, we now know that in life nothing is for sure, and we have to have room for disappointment. I would like to just make an example. The situation is not the problem in the boat, because the boat is designed to float as long as the situation on the outside does not get in on the inside. Boats only sink when the situation on the outside has gotten in on the inside. The negativity around you, if you take the negativity into your thought life, I guarantee you, your life will be a downfall. Stress is necessary. In order for us to grow and to develop and to change, we do need stress. A famous motivational speaker, Steve Harvey, his father once told him this, and I'm going to tell you this the way his father told him. He said, son, every morning on the plains of the eastern Serengeti desert, harassers a gazelle who realizes that he must run faster than the fastest lion, or he will be eaten and he will die that day. On that same desert, that same morning, or rises a lion who realizes that he must run faster than the fastest gazelle, or he will starve and he will die that day. He said, son, the moral of the story is, no matter who you is, when you wake up in the morning, you need to be running. If you don't, no one will. In closing, Mr. Tumisima once taught us, no one is perfect, but work for perfection and you will get it. I say to you, the dreams of 2020. Mwah, Zaza.
We got a good thing. Whenever life may come, we'll never lose our way. We both know who we are. Who knows about tomorrow? We don't know what's in the stars. I just know I'll always follow the light in your heart. I'm not worried about us, and I've never been. We know how the story ends. We will never break. We will never break. Build on a foundation.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stein, Sister Zata, college staff, and class of 2020. 2020 has been a year like no other. A year where the importance of soft skills like resilience, communication, adaptability, problem solving, and time management have been highlighted. If we look back, we realize we missed people and not things. In family and friends, we find comfort. But relationships can be difficult and may cause turmoil and disappointment. So as you stand on the cusp of adulthood and the freedom that comes with that, I'd like to encourage you to choose to be gentle. The dictionary defines gentle as having or showing a mild, kind, or tender temperament or character, moderate in action, effect, or degree, not strong or violent. There is nothing that shows your strength better than your gentleness. I'll repeat that. There is nothing that shows your strength better than your gentleness. But what does gentleness look like? I'm going to highlight 5 characteristics of gentleness. The first one is be conscious of your feelings. We don't always confront how we really feel about things. We are often quick to sugarcoat or gloss over our natural emotional response to people and situations. But the gentle spirit acknowledges the truth of what is being felt. Pretending will not make feelings disappear. It will just push those feelings beneath the surface. Your emotional response is neither right nor wrong, but it is true. Learn this language and be honest with yourself about it. Secondly, use the space between stimulus and response. Gentle people make and embrace the time and space between something happening and when they respond to it. They are not reactionary. Instead, they take a step back to ground themselves within the moment. It takes strength of character to not react immediately when you're in a conflict situation. Thirdly, they allow themselves to care. Another key factor of the gentle spirit is simply acknowledging and allowing yourself to care about things, other people, the world, your hopes, and your dreams. It is easy to become disheartened and switch off your heart, especially when our experiences lead us to become disinterested. When we turn off, we remove our investment in people and begin to resent the emotional and physical effort that we are spending. If we are not aware and don't make the intentional decision to care, then off may very well become our default setting. Number 4, take their focus deeper. Gentle people ask, why does the situation matter? Why is this person important? The gentle spirit will find reasons that ignite positive motivation. They find an excuse to say, yes, this is worth my attention and investment. They are aware of a deeper sense of purpose. Lastly, they decide what they are going to do. Gentle spirits embrace their ability to choose. They choose how to act and how to react. They know that they are free to choose, but that they are not free from the consequences of their choices. Our vision at Get Ahead is to make every child feel worthy and validated. We strive to do this by meeting you where you are, by uplifting you and by believing in you. We do this by gently nudging you in the right direction and by encouraging you to be the best version of you. We do this gently and compassionately. So without you realizing it, we have equipped you to face life's challenges with gentleness. The world doesn't need more strong people. The world doesn't need more callous leaders. The world doesn't need more bitterness and hatred. The world does need caring, compassionate, and kind people. The world does need gentle people. The world needs you. Mahatma Gandhi said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. Class of 2020, go out and shake the world. Thank you.
Next year, if you're taking a gap year, do whatever it is that you can do. Upgrade, get a job, be good at that job. Make sure when you upgrade, your marks, you are the best student there is in that upgrading school that you're gonna be at. Do your best. It may take you 5 years, guys, for you to even get to varsity. But in the end, God's will prevail. There is a reason why it's going to take you 5 years. Also, you will cry, you will have depression, you will seek therapy, you will, you will maybe go places you're not supposed to go, but it's all gonna happen. Like the first speaker said, God hasn't set it out for you. It's gonna happen. Nobody's again. And so my prayer for you is the song that I'm gonna sing says God is good. Through thick and thin, God is good.
And may your bad days prove that God is good. And may your whole life prove that God is good.
Siziphiwe Valedictory. Followed by Zenande November.
Silver Award for History. Zekanye Palisa, Silver Award, Physical Support. Big one goes to Pumelela Mgobo in life science English home language, geography, mathematics, physical science, and Afrikaans first language. And then for being position 1, as well as the Dark Trophy being awarded to her, this is none other than Pumelela Nkoli. Certificates, Pumelela, your certificates.
Now, this time I'll give it to Mr. Steen, the headmaster, to give us a speech.
In the Bible, in Matthew, the story goes that that Jesus went with his disciples to cross a sea, and they fell asleep. And when they woke up, they saw Jesus actually walking on the water, and they were terrified. They actually thought it's a ghost, and they screamed with fear. They said, "You know, this is a ghost. What is happening here?" And Jesus, who was walking on the water, turned around and said famously, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid." And then the story goes that one of the disciples, Peter, said, "Jesus, if it's really you, you will let me walk on the water with you." And Jesus says, "Yes, come, walk." And he got out of the boat and he walked on the water as well. And then something happened, and you all know the story. He started sinking. He started doubting what was actually happening. This unbelievable, miraculous thing that was happening. He started doubting. And at the point that he was doubting, Jesus held out his hand and pulled him up again. And said to him, "You of little faith, why do you doubt? Why do you doubt?" For me, this is one of the great stories of all time. And it speaks to you today. You are expected to do something unbelievable. All of you. Everyone has got their own story to tell you. I've listened to many of them. All of these stories are inspirational. I tell friends and my wife and my daughters often about the incredible stories of courage and perseverance that I've experienced and heard about and listened to from this group. And you asked to walk on water. And you can, and you will. You asked to do something that some of you doubt you're capable of doing. And I want to say to you, have faith. Have faith firstly in your own capacity to do it, and equally faith in God's willingness and Jesus' willingness to carry you on the water, to carry you through this last part of your journey. Don't entertain doubt. The moment you're going to entertain doubt is when you will feel that sinking feeling. And it's a physical feeling, it's an emotional feeling. It happens to everyone. Don't think it just happens to you because you're battling with mathematics or one of those subjects. It happens to everyone. But at that point, you need to know who you are. You need to have faith. And we have faith in you. I have faith in you. Every teacher here has faith in you. Your parents have got faith in you. And I just want to, on this note, quickly, interrupt myself and say, and I hope you're going to respond in kind, there are people here today that should be here. And because of COVID, they could not be here. These are the most important people in your lives. Am I right? These are our parents, our guardians, our grannies, the people who look after you. So I want to ask you, class of 2020, I'm going to ask this camera to pan over you. One new cheer and cheer for your parents. Let's give them a big cheer in their absence. That was worthy of your parents. That was worthy of them. And the last thing I want to say to you is, have faith, walk on water, you can do it. And dedicate. I spoke to a few matrics this morning. The importance of dedication. You conjure up the person that you love most in the world. Whoever it is, think of that person right now. And dedicate the next 30 days, 35, 40 days. Dedicate all the effort to that person. You need that emotion. It's going to carry you. And like a number of teachers have said here, you are an incredible group of very powerful young people. Go out, let your light shine, make yourself proud. I loved what the father said that we invited here when he said, shock us. Are you ready to shock us? Yeah. Are you ready to shock us? Yeah. Please, shock us. We love you and we wish you all the best. Thank you, class of 2020.
To
Holy Cross.